Good day, guys. I'll be doing a rundown of how I made this particular um, birthday design. Alright, so I'll be running down just the sequence for one of the artboards, just this. Alright, so if you need to if you need to get the complete idea of how I got the other artboards, how I achieved these other artboards, then I'll suggest you sign up for my mentorship class. Right, that will be happening in September. Right, my monthly mentorship class will be happening in September. So that's that. I'll be explaining in today's video. I'll be explaining this and how I got about this. I'll be trying to educate it as much as possible. This is me also studying my design too alongside you. Right, so first I do is I open a new document. Alright, so I I open my document in um, 3000 by 3000 750 and then it is class. Right, so concrete opens up this. Right, so basically all that is going here is really quite simple and all, but it takes just a little creativity to actually get the job done and all of that. Alright, so first off I have this element here, which is the leaning tower of Pisa, I think. Alright, so I got my picture of pixels pixels.com, I think. So yeah, I typed in leaning tower of Pisa. Yes, I'm correct. Leaning tower of Pisa. Right, so I have this. Let me try to see if I can find the particular one. I think it's this one I used though. I think it's this, I'm not sure. I think it's that view I used or this view, one of the two. So let's download this. So um, that's downloaded. Then I brought it up on my desktop here. Open it, Photoshop. Okay, so I cropped out this. Let me actually see if that's the main image here. I think I should still have the main image here. Okay, I use the main image here. Right, so let me take it here. Alright, this is the particular image. This is the particular image that I actually downloaded. So I cropped out in here. I cropped out the image. As the image of the tower itself. So I cropped it out from the main picture like this. Your normal crop tool and all of that. Select crop this out. So I can just click on select subject, so it automatically crop out the picture for you. So I think this is quite manual, so you take out your time to actually now erase all of this out of it. Long process of that. So I have this, and before that I had this. I had a rectangle here. I had a rectangle framed here, so let me get the rectangle. I had a rectangle here, somewhere here. Right, so color of the rectangle was yellow, I think. Yeah, yellow. So I had three pictures of the lady. I had three pictures of the lady. So this is picture one, picture two, and there's another picture behind that. This picture three. Right, so I have this picture here. Right? So this is the way the picture looks like normally. Right, so this effect, I basically got this effect um on the way I achieved this was, so we do this on theater gallery. So you could just pick up, say, this random picture of the layer here. So you come up to filter, come up to filter gallery. It's when you're on filter gallery, alright, this is the main effect that applies on that layer effect, this cutout. Alright, it's a very, very good effect. So you adjust this number to your preference, alright, to your specified preference, alright. So I think leaving the edge simplicity here, it's okay. Then I'll keep on just playing around these feathers. There's basically no do's or don'ts to. Okay, I don't like giving parameters because I believe you guys have to be creative on your own. So that's exactly how I achieved that particular effect. So I basically just use cutouts under artistic. So the effect is dependent on the kind of picture. That's why I don't really like giving parameters. So effect is dependent on the type of picture and what exactly you want. Alright, so that's the effect that was applied on this picture. Alright, so once that was applied, the opacity was set to um, the blending mode was set to overlay. Right, set to overlay. So what I did was to get my brush tool. Right, then I pick out my brush. I made sure my color was yellow. Then I made sure the flow was at 100. Then I brushed on. Oh, sorry, it's actually brushing. I have to create a new layer. So I start brushing. So I come in, create a new layer. Then I brush. That's how I achieved. That's how I achieved this that you're seeing down here. And this. And so I brush even to the edge of this. And so I will keep this under this. Then I made sure both this and this layer were linked together or merged together. Then after that, this picture was enlarged. I maxed this picture over this, create clipping marks over this particular rectangle with the brush. So the picture was made bigger, as you have there in the design. It was made bigger. So this one is according to preference too. It was made bigger. I think the eye was popping towards the outer edge here, so just do that. So did that. So I have that. Then I get the towers themselves. The towers themselves, this is a tower. Getting this tower here. So I'm trying to go from known to unknown, so you guys actually understand. So basically the idea, because I love explaining my designs, and I stumbled on Z's. She's a female graphic designer based in Lagos, based in Nigeria. I don't know where exactly, in mostly Lagos. So I stumbled on her page, and I really loved what she was doing. I really loved what she was doing, and I saw her picture. This picture she took it to celebrate her birthday and all. So I saw this picture, and I was like, oh, why didn't I see this picture before now and all of that? Oh, why am I getting this? Because I really love seeing good birthday pictures. They really inspired creativity in me. So I saw that, I was like, oh my god, this picture is just too nice for me not to do something. So I decided it's not a birthday. What concept would I drive that to actually doing this? And I'm like, okay, since she's a graphic artist too, and I'm also a graphic artist, then I could actually support her and all of that. And the beautiful thing about it is that this leaning tower of Pisa has one of the best support systems. That's why the building is able to lean and tilt like that at that particular angle, and it has not crashed up onto the and to not crash up onto the next maybe hundred or thousands of years. So I was like, okay, I could actually use that as an abstract because I'm kind of that kind of desire. So, I just, what kind of elements did I put into this and all that? That just clicked into my head to be the perfect elements to put. So, like, okay, fine, good, let's go. So now back to the design. So this is the tower here, and then I basically changed the color, I made it black and white. That's after cropping it out, I made it black and white. Right, made it black and white. Then I duplicated this Ctrl J or Command J if you're using a Mac. Then I flipped it, Ctrl T, come down here to flip horizontal. Right, then I have one bigger than the other. Right, so I basically changed the blending mode to difference. Right, and I I wasn't pre-informed to change difference. I was just trying out different blend modes, and difference just made sense to me. Okay, so I have just to set it out there. Then this should be somewhere here too. Then the next thing I have is let's get this a picture. Okay, so I have a lightning bolt here. So this color basically just was giving me the lightning bolt thingy feel and all that. So this is lightning. I downloaded the lightning bolt on pngwind.com. I'll leave a description to the sites in the bio. Right. I downloaded that off pngwind. Pngwind is basically my go-to place for things like uh, PNG files and all of that. Yes, so it's my go-to place. So I have that over here. I think it's over all of this first. Let me be sure. Okay, it's actually behind this one. There are two of them there. This one is actually behind these two stuff I have here. So it goes behind. Sorry, it goes behind. That comes out here a little bit. Right, so it's actually aligning to the top of this rectangle here. Right, so I have that there. It is because first off, she sent me very high resolution pictures as from her photo shoot, all of that. So it was now easier. Then if you've actually not seen my tutorial on how I edit pictures on via Camera Raw, I guess you need to go back and check it in the previous video. Right, so that will actually give you um, more clarity of how I do my pictures. So I actually touch the pictures with Camera Raw. That's why they look like this. I think this is too much. Could we do this a little bit? So I think this was somewhere here. I'll be sure. Yeah, it's actually somewhere there. Right, so I think yes, we are in the clear. Right, so here should be perfect. Right, so I got this skin tone and all of this is actually not the original skin tone and coloration of the picture and all of that, and the edit on the picture from the photographer. Big shout out to the photographer, but he did a very, very nice job, getting the picture to what I was able to use to run his designs. So, but if you don't have the concept of camera raw picture editing, you can go back to my previous video. You'll see it there. Alright, watch it. Alright, then um, see how I do all of that. Then the next thing I did was to add this her name. It's Z. Right. So then I increased this. Right. Then I duplicated this. Control J or Command J. Then I had to flip this. Control T. I had to rotate clockwise. So yeah, that's what I did. Then I made sure it's aligned with this edge. And, right, so that's that. To this a little bit. Right, so take this up a little bit. Alright, so yeah, there you have that with that. I think all these things are basically looking bigger, so I would actually have to shrink them and make them smaller. Okay, I think that's okay there. Then I got her. and got her picture. That's this particular picture. Alright, so it's the picture, try picture back here. Alright, so let's then increase this picture somewhere here. Alright, so then this is up a little bit. If I'm not going to okay, so yeah, that's about it. Alright, so she's basically in front of this, and she's also in front of this E, but she's behind this Z and this P. So what do I do? Click on her, and I open up a mask. Alright, then I click on this Z to know which one is in. I hold Control or Command on the Z E in. Right, then I get my brush. Then over this mask on her, and I paint, I make sure my brush is set to 100. I change the brush. Remember, we use the different brush. I'll change this to hardware brush. Reduce the opacity, then increase. After this, then reduce the size. Right. So I just paint over. Make sure my background color is black. My background color is white. My foreground color is black. I paint over this. Paint over this. Paint over this. Alright, so there you have that. Then Control D to select. Right, so you have this kind of good stuff we have there. Okay, so now I have that there's a thunderbolt behind her. Right, so get this thunderbolt. We can still use the same thunderbolt, just make it smaller. Over radius protected. So thunderbolt, we just duplicate it. So this thunderbolt now is basically in front of, this Z should come down here. Sorry, not that Z. This particular one should come behind her, and this thunderbolt should come in front of the Z, and it should be in front of this picture. Yeah, right. That's what we have here. Right, I think it still needs to be smaller. So we have that. We have that there. Right, so I go ahead to add a shadow to this. I double click on this and click on drop shadow. Right, so I don't need that shadow like that. I need the shadow. Alright, so let's select. So that's exactly what I did there, but this stuff I did this. So I check up optimizer. Alright, so yeah, something like that is cool. Just like what I have here. There's not really that pronounced here. I like it there. So if you notice over here, it's quite darker because I'm trying to cast a shadow to tell you guys that there's something behind her here. Alright, so I come over here, then I'll add a new layer. Add a new layer behind here. And a new layer, then gets a brush. Right, change the color to, let's say, something a little bit dark, but not a little bit black. Then come over here, change my brush to soft round brush, and then I'll paint like this. Why is really painting like this? Because I feel it's still at 100, so I'll reduce it a little bit. Reduce it to, like, let's say, like something controllable, say 10. Alright, so I have that, so you can see what it now looks like. Alright, it's not that bad. Alright, so I can reduce the opacity or change this thing to either multiply or. Alright, so we are pretty much almost done with all of this. Then I added the text CEO Z designs. I think this one is, so this one is Downing now, and this smart, intelligent, resourceful. So I'll just lift that off there instead of having to type it again. It's pointless. So I'll lift that and then paste it here. Alright, so that I'll make sure it aligns with the end of this. Okay, so there you have it. I have that there. Okay, so I have to unlock this a little bit. Alright, so this is it. This is the rainbow. Alright, so now let me get in here. 7. So I'm not so perfect at all. Okay. Alright, so now you have that. I'm gonna take both of them behind the lady. Alright, so there you have it. That's it. Stuff there. Alright. Thank you, Jesus. Alright, so you have that there, giving me that very nice flow. Right, so now we have that. We are almost done with the design here. We're basically almost done. So I've located this thunderbolt here and here. So what I just did was just to add motion blur to it. So that's basically what I did. Came here, Control J or Command J for those using their MacBooks. I think I took away the drop shadow. Yeah, good drop shadow. So I added this here. Alright, to actually give the design a form of balance. And I added this a little bit here. I think I need a small tone. Alright. So I added some motion blur, motion blur. So I add some motion blur. Right, so okay. This is good here. I think I turned off the outer glare. And this one too, the same thing. I just come here, repeat the same motion instead of same thing. Okay. Alright, so yeah, pretty much done. Then I added some overlays. Alright, so part of the overlays I added is this texture thing I always love adding. Alright, so it has this halftone effect on my pictures. Alright, if you on my designs, so if you're the type that's been following me for the longest, you would have seen it in some places where I usually apply this halftone kind of texture. Excuse me. So you can go and download it online. Alright, you can go and download it online, or you create it. There's a way to create halftone textures using filter gallery in Photoshop. Alright, it has that option. So I'll bring that to there, drop that here, it's perfect there. Okay, so I have that there. Then I added my logo, this amazing logo I want to rebrand. If you think I should rebrand my logo, please let me know. Because I'm actually feeling like I need to rebrand. Alright, so but I don't know, you guys let me know in the comment section if I should rebrand. So I have that there. And click it. So another thing I did is before I forget, I added a shadow to this. So what I did is I duplicated this Ctrl J and added color to it, maybe black shadow. I deleted this, then um, Ctrl T, and then I change the listing to this dots. So I'm going to do this, do this, let's do this. So take it back to my legs, take it back to my legs. Okay, so I have that. Then I will do the opacity. Then I added some blur, some Gaussian blur. There's many ways to add shadows to this thing, so I will might not actually be the way we do this. So I quickly disagree. I will use the opacity a little bit. So then I use my brush next to actually clean up some parts of it. And that's that. I did that. Then I think the background is plain white. It's bad anything to the background. I'm not sure. Let me check to be sure. Yeah, the background is just white. This is white on it. Then to my icing on the cake, I basically just added um my vibrance at the top. So I try to give it the extra pop. So vibrance at the top. And so you can see how that's going. Then now how the surface is looking too reddish. What do? I come up and apply curves adjustment layer. Actually brighten it up a little bit. Make sure it's applying only on her picture. So I think the vibrance is still much. So I give it a little bit. Yes, I think this is sweet spot. So what I did, I also added a, a glow on her face here. So how I did that, I came over her face, created a new layer, chose my brush, change the color to this light yellow. So I painted over her face here, and let's behind her face here a little bit. So I now change the blending mode towards screen. Right, so you see that light there. So because it's normal if you have a thunderbolt with a glow, it should definitely reflect on our face. So that's what you have here on our face. There's not that much. So I'll just reduce this. I'll reduce that layer a little bit. And so it's not looking too artificial. Right, so guys, there you have it. That's how I did this design, as simple as it is. As from this. So if you need the to know how I done the other variants and all of that, then do you have to follow me on Instagram um, and sign up for my mentorship class for September next month. Thank you and goodbye.